12 strange and unusual ways to bury bodies around the world. Humans are always innovating. No matter in which field, they are creative even in burying their loved ones. Creativity and innovation that may seem strange and scary to many viewers for the first time. Farewell to the dead is not always the usual burial, and there are many sometimes strange and frightening ways to say goodbye to loved ones in different countries and cultures. Number 12. Under the bridge. Currently, 5,000 bodies are buried in the Constellation Park and their memorial can be seen under the Manhattan Bridge. This is the modern way of burying the dead in a very crowded city where there is no more land. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. To bury. Number 11. Freezing and chopping. Eventually, the bodies of all of us are to be decomposed and turned into nutrients in the soils. But the process is a bit long, and there is a way to shorten it, so that the body freezes and then chops. These crumbs are vacuumed and then poured into the soil. Thus, completely decomposing lasts just in 1 year. It is interesting to note that currently 60 countries use this method to bury their bodies. Number 10. Memorial tree. In a way called biopresence, the dead people's DNA enter without affecting the gene of the host tree and make a change, and that tree will be a living memory of that person. Number 9. Death Tower. Mexico City is currently building a 250-meter deep tower that is supposed to be the Tower of the Dead. Number 8. Toyota Automatic Sales Device. Toyota has built a large warehouse in Tokyo to house the dead. This warehouse works just like an automatic vending machine. Visitors enter a code and the jar they came to see comes out of the gap. Number 7. Space burial. In this method, a capsule containing the ashes of the dead person is sent into space and buried there. Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, is buried in the space similar to the burial process of the character Spock in Star Trek 2. Number 6. Heavenly burial. The phrase Tibetan burial seems very calm and peaceful, although in reality it is quite the opposite. In this method, the body is released into the nature and preys on vultures and other animals. It is very difficult to dig a grave in Tibet, and 80% of the people in this area use this method for their bodies. Number 5. The dead rise. In 2000, South Korea passed a law requiring all graves to be reopened after 60 years and the remains to be exhumed. It is interesting to know that there are companies in this country that, with the remains of the bodies, make beads in different colors, such as pink, black, or turquoise. Number 4. Dancing with the dead. In Madagascar, people take part in a celebration called Famadihana, a celebration that is a bit strange and of course scary. The meaning of the name of this celebration is rotation of bones, and in it every 5 to 7 years the relatives of the dead person remove his body from the grave and remove his bad smell with spray or wine. Then a band starts playing and everyone dances with the corpses. Number 3. Fantasy coffin. In Ghana, it has recently become very common to use fancy coffins. These coffins are carefully designed and manufactured and often reflect the tastes and interests of the deceased. Number 2. Marine burial. Of course, sea burial is not a new method, but a new version of it has recently been used, in which the ashes of the deceased are combined with cement and become part of the coral reefs. Neptune's coral reef in Florida is the largest one that's formed by human remains. And the first one, vertical burial. Iraq and Norway are two countries with vertical cemeteries. Of course, other countries will also use this method due to lack of space.